Do you still just use your email address to send the normal, boring and plain messages to your email subscribers? Well, I would call that boring. Hi, welcome back to Owtech. So we look at how you're going to organize your email and maybe explore a few features here that you've never tried before. If you've not subscribed to the channel, hit the sub button below, give this video a like, and at the end of it, make sure you share it with friends. Your email address is one of the most powerful features of powerful applications that you can use. It is one of the best applications that Google has ever created. But most people don't get to explore all the potentials and all the features that it comes with. Now, if we begin with the first one, how organized is your inbox? Now, did you know that you can categorize your email into specific categories? You can group them into categories. This include the primary email addresses, emails that you receive. You can also have things like the updates, you can have the social media, you can have forums, you can have different categories for your email address. Now this helps you organize and easily access emails according to the categories they fall in. So this can be accessed in the settings, and we are going to do that right away. Without setting up categories, your inbox becomes a total mess. Now, if you look for instance at my inbox right now, I have all the emails just randomly posted within the inbox. Now, I can't easily access any emails from within this section. If I want to set this up and organize my inbox and have categories, I'll go to the settings, which normally appears on the top right hand side on your desktop or PC, and appears on the top left hand side when you are using a mobile device like an Android phone. So you'll go to the settings, click on all settings, then you go to inbox because you're going to organize the inbox, and then you can leave the inbox type to defaults, and in these categories you have the primary option or category pre-selected. Then I'll scroll down and click on promotions, updates and forums. Now you can choose only what you want. If you only want to have the primary and socials and maybe updates, you can select all that you want. Then you click on save changes. So once you click on save changes, your email inbox will be refreshed, and then you'll have categories, which is now much more presentable and easier to navigate through. Now it means you can easily scroll through these sections and click on any section that you want. If you need updates, you click on updates. You need social, you need that, you can also do that. So that's what you do when you need to organize your email in categories from within your inbox in Gmail. The second feature that you should be looking about is email labeling. Now, you have organized your emails into categories using the primary inbox, the updates, the socials and all that. But then you can still organize your emails down into maybe just 2 or 3 categories, where you have the important, you have the maybe less important, and it is you to decide the category. So that is another feature that we should look at, and let's dive deep into it and see how it is done. The next thing that you can create here is the custom label. Now, if you notice on the left hand side of this inbox, the categories label was created, which is normally automatic, and the title already preset for you. Now, if you want to maybe further organize your emails into labels, then I mean another label, then you'll have to create a new label here. So you'll click on a new label, then you maybe say you want maybe work emails to be in that label. Then maybe you can choose something here. Do you want to nest label? No. If not, just click on create. Now once you've created this new label, you'll go and add contents to that label. So if I select, for instance, all the primary emails here, then I'll go to this section. Which label do I want to add it? Do I want to add it to new label? So I'll click on add to work emails, then I'll say apply. So when I open the work emails label from this section, that label that will have been created, I'm supposed to find all the emails that I have on this other side. So if I click on manage labels here, I'll view maybe some of the labels that I've created. So I'm supposed to be able to find the work labels in this section when, that is if or when I have already saved the changes. So it means you can create as many labels as you want from this section here. So it's all up to you to decide. So right now you can see I have work emails appearing there. I can click on that to view the contents, or I can always select emails and send them into that. Right now I just sent the emails from the primary tab, and that only selects the first 50 that is displayed on the page according to the setup that you've made. You can see from this portion here. So that's just another way that you can organize your inbox by creating labels. The next three features that we're going to talk about is less about organizing but more about customizing your emails and everything within your email address to maybe fit your preferences. So we're going to talk about three things. The first in this section is the autoresponder. Now the autoresponder helps you automatically send email messages to people or to anybody who tries to contact you, telling them that you're away. Now this is a very good thing when you have maybe weekend plans, or maybe you have a holiday plan, and you can use it to respond to the person and inform them that you'll get back to them as soon as you get back to work. Autoresponders or vacation responders help you respond to emails when you are offline, when you're out of duty. So this is also set up from this settings section. So you just log into your Gmail, go to settings, then see all settings. Then now you scroll to the very bottom where you have the vacation responder. So you can turn this on or off depending on what time you want to maybe turn it on. You can set the date, and you can also set the last day. So you can set a range of days there. If you're off for 1 week, you can do that and set it up and mark it. If, for instance, I wanted to set that to September 1st, that is a week, and then I'll have turned it off. Then you can always add the subject of your autoresponder so that you have something a bit clear, so that your recipient gets to understand why you're off, and then you can put up a short message. For instance, we can say here subject not available now. This is just a sample. It's not like what you're supposed to put. So not available now, and then you can say hello, sorry, we are currently say currently unavailable. We will respond as soon as we are back on. As soon as we are back on, then maybe you can say thanks. So this is not just this is just a sample, just a sketchy thing that I've made up. Then now you can save changes and turn your autoresponder on. Then anytime anybody messages you within that time frame that you've set here and you're off, this message will be sent to them, and they will know that you will respond when you are back. So that's how autoresponder helps you organize your emails and manage times when you're off. Thing is about your sender email, customizing your sender email. Now, when you created your email address, you chose a certain name for that address. But did you know that you can customize this email address to be according to your preference, so that it does not always show the initial name that you set up, but you can say reply to. You can set up a reply to name, a specific name. If you want to be replied to maybe a business name and you set it as an individual account, then you can do that. So if you can change the email address that you set up at first, you can make that setting of replying to, and then you're going to choose a specific name for that. So let's also see how you can set that up within your Gmail account. So if you want to change your reply to name, now this is basically just what your recipient sees instead of the name that you have on your Google account. You can easily do that by navigating to the settings button here, going to all settings, and scrolling to clicking on account and imports. Then you can scroll down to this section here where you have send email as. Now use Gmail to send email from other email addresses. So you can set this up. So if you go to the edit option, you'll have this option where you want to maybe edit how this email is going to be sent to somebody else. I can change this reply to address again with anything that I prefer. So that is what you can do, and after making the changes, you can click on save as. So you can see here, like if this is the name, then your email address is different from the name, and you can also have the reply to address different from both the email and the name. So that's what you do to set up the reply to message, and it is another feature that can be very useful to you if you want to maybe appear a bit more professional. The last setting that we're going to do here is the email signature. This is another very important feature that you can always set up. Now, an email signature makes your email appear much more personalized, and it won't look like it is just a plain email. Within an email signature, you can add your an image, or maybe your profile photo, or something like a passport photograph. You can add your details like your position in a company. You can add your social account links, and you can add your website, and as many features as you prefer, as long as it still looks presentable. Now, signature line appears right below the content of your email message and may tell the recipient more about yourself, and they could maybe find themselves subscribing in one of your services. Like we said before, email signatures can help you share information about yourself. So if you want to set up email signatures, then you'll go to the settings option and see all settings. Then email signatures are still under general email settings. If you scroll up this bottom section here, you can see the details here appended at the end of all outgoing messages. All messages that you sent will have this. Now, if you want to create this, you want to make it much more professional or advanced, you'll go to Google Docs and create this here. So let's see how you can do that. So if I am in my Google Docs, for instance, I'll click on this here to open that in a new tab. Now on Google Docs, I'll click on create a blank document. Then after clicking on creating a blank document, I just name their email signature. Then after typing email signature, what I'll do is I'll insert a table, because I need this to have two sections, where one part I'll insert an image, the next part I'll insert the titles, maybe social profiles and all that. So if I click on insert table here, then I'll select I need one row and two columns, so I'll click on that. Then now I have this. To expand this, I can either just press enter or expand it from the edges. So I'll just press enter to have more space. Now I can drag this line to this side, because the image will cover a much smaller space here. So I'll do that. Then I'll insert my image here. So once the cursor blinks within this section, I'll insert the image and upload it from the computer. Then I'll just take my download over there. Then I can resize this image so that it appears slightly more reasonable. Now it all depends on the dimensions of the image that you had chosen. I'd prefer if you chose an image with a transparent background, so that you don't have these white spaces left there. Now once you've done that, then you can now type your name. Let's say you can say John, or just say let's just say John K. Let's say that's your name. Then your title, you can say manager, maybe health solutions. So these are just names and titles that I've just created. Then now you can say things like maybe you can put Facebook over there, you can put Instagram. That's a typo. You can put Instagram. Then you can also, depends on how you want to put them. I put them horizontally. You can put Twitter. Then you can put LinkedIn. So you can add links to this here. So let's add that. You can add links to this. If you want to link your social accounts, then you'll have to go to the social account and go to your profile. You can go to your profile, let's say for instance Facebook. So you'll just go to this section here and maybe click on your profile, or you can as well click on the title here. So once you've clicked on the title, your profile URL will be generated from there. I'll copy that, then I'll come to this here and I'll select Facebook, then I'll insert, then I'll take the insert link here, then paste the link and apply. So you can do this for all the accounts that you have added here. Then you resize it to what fits your needs. So by playing around with the image until you have the right size. Don't make it too big, don't make it too small. Choose an image that will clearly show your face and maybe appear somehow professional. So once you've set this up, you can just copy it. You just highlight all of it like this. Copy it, go back to your email section. If I wanted to add that there, I'll scroll down there and paste. Now you notice that it has been pasted here, but I do not want to use it. So it comes with everything that I set up, the image, the table, and all that content. So if I wanted to save these changes, I'll scroll to the bottom and click on save changes, but I do not want to do that. So once you've set that up, every email that you send will have that. Let's see an example. I'm going to compose an email. You'll notice that I have my signature at the bottom of this screen here. So every email that I send will share my information there, my image, the position, email address, which we never added on the other end, and maybe the social profiles completely or correctly linked in. So that's just how an email signature can make your emails appear professional and not look like the normal scam emails that we see that people reject out here. So that's how you set up email signatures, and it brings us to the end of the 5 topics that we were covering today. That was email categories, creating labels, adding vacation responders or autoresponders, sending creating a reply to email address or sender addresses, modifying the sender address, and creating the email signature. If you find this helpful, then you should probably hit the sub button, like it, and share it. Now there are many other features of email address or maybe Gmail that you can access. Now this just 5 are just the main 5 main ones. If you want to learn more about those, you can explore. You can just go to Gmail and explore the very many interesting and helpful features that you can use. If you like this video, give it a thumb up, hit the sub button, and don't forget to share. Now, before you leave, there is always one thing that you should always be notified of: securing your Google account. If you've not set up 2-factor authentication for your Google account, watch this video up here or find the link in the description and make sure that you set that password a strong one and set up 2-step verification in order to protect your account. See you. Bye.